منهم المخلصين قال هذا صراط علي مستقيم إن عبادي ليس لك عليهم سلطان إلا من اتبعك من الغاوين.
Alright guys, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you guys are doing well. Literally just came out the shower, it is. And the Palestinian black seed oil, Allahumma barik, is definitely the one. That being said, inshallah ta'ala, now these next 5 jobs that I'm going to be mentioning is going to be predicated on the fact that you receive help from that of the ISO brothers. Now if you've been watching my videos for any long duration of time, one thing I would say is that, and one thing you probably know, is how much I rate the ISO products, especially that of those that are in Queen Mary. And the reason why I say that is because there's no support, lectures, and all the help that they give you. But a person who says that you'll be able to work 5 days a week, you know, you'll be able to go to the moon and come back and help all family and keep on top of lectures and work, you know, 50-hour weeks. Habibi, استنى عادي اسكتك, as the Somalians would say, chill down, you know what I'm saying? Unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you close to the power of Surah of Sulaiman, where he says قال رب اغفر لي وهب لي ملكا لا ينبغي لأحد من بعدي, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you powers less than that, and you're able to do all this magic sort of stuff and control the jinns, or you're dreaming, like, you know what I'm saying? 5 days a week and stay on top of all lectures all by yourself with no help. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me powers like you then still. But yeah man, I just wanted to keep that going. And just before we get onto the main scene, because right now it's looking a little bit iffy, is remember that all these examples that I'm giving are real life examples, not some guy who knows another guy who works under the bridge and no. Like I know 95, but let's say 95% of the people who are doing the stuff that I'm recommending, so it isn't me just giving advice on rubbish. But that being said, inshallah ta'ala, let's actually get into that better scene. And yeah, we don't do this in my house, but again, it's just that I've tried to get the picture removed. But قدر الله وما شاء فعل, we try and move it a bit, you know what I'm saying? We try to the best of our ability, and at least not a cross. And even if it was a cross, I don't know what the hell I'd do if I was a cross then, you know? That being said, you know, we hope guidance to everyone, man. Okay, so first and foremost, the first job I'm going to mention is that of tuition. Now, tuition is something that, as a medical student or any student out there, is something you can definitely get into, and a lot of people do. Now, I know so many medics that have maybe Monday to Friday, they have like, within some of the days they say, oh, more, I'm busy, I'm tutoring someone. And with the tutoring rates, the reason why I recommend it is, one, because of flexibility, but also that of you choose what, I guess choosing what time you want to do it is flexibility as well, but also that of pay. Now, pay can absolutely range. If you want to tutor 3 to 4 people in a lesson, you want to all charge them £8, 8 times by 4, £32 an hour if you want to see it like that. But it's very difficult to get 8 people or 4 people to come through all the time, and so you may be actually charging a lower rate. What I would recommend is, depending on your experience and how you've marketed yourself, you're looking at £15 to £25 an hour, because anything higher than that, you might push them away from you, and that's what some people do. But some people are also able to charge £35 an hour, which Allahumma barik is actually pretty techy, and I know cases where people have done this, so it isn't something that's, you know, foreign. But wallahi, people do actually charge those sort of rates. And also you can work for that of companies down the road. Of course, the rate's going to be way lower, so maybe you're looking at £15 an hour, especially for A-level tuition. GCSE tuition, you get £12, and which isn't bad, because you're not organising people paying you, and, you know, necessarily a lot of lesson plans. And with tutoring, the biggest thing is, first year you start, it's a little bit hectic, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're going to have to do all the lesson plans, it's going to take you time to prepare exam material, so on and so forth. But when you've done it for the first year, the next subsequent years, inshallah ta'ala, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy, you're going to be rocking in the morning, you know what I'm trying to say? So, khair inshallah. Let's go on to number 2. Now guys, just before we get on to the remaining tips, one thing that I want to mention is that the thing that you saw at the beginning of the video, that was essentially a project run by that of Bart's ISOC. You might be able to see that, and that's ROCK. R-O-C-K, and again, it ain't music or anything like that, but it's reaching out to the community via kindness. So again, in this case, they were helping out the homeless people, giving them food, and Allahumma barik lahum, you know, what an objective, what a image to show out of Islam, especially if you can sneak in a little bit of da'wah there as well. And you know, that's definitely something that inshallah ta'ala, once you're a part of ISOC, to help out with. And even if you're not a part of ISOC and you want to essentially join in some of the projects that they do, the Instagram page is going to be to my left, my right. I don't use Instagram at the moment, so I'm going to have to ask a brother for a screenshot. But that being said, yeah, ROCK, R-O-C-K, but also as part of a Bart's ISOC, or Queen Mary ISOC, if you want to think about it like that. It's not I was going to hate me for this one, but yeah. Okay, so this example that I have for number 2 is that of B&Q. Now, B&Q rate, I think, is between £9 to £12 an hour. And I do know guys who work on, I do know 2 people that I know that one was working for B&Q, one is working for B&Q. And you might actually know some of these guys on the video. I'm not going to mention that just so he doesn't get evil eye and lose his job. But that being said, you can work 10 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, and inshallah ta'ala, £9 to £12 an hour. So you're looking at maybe take home from the weekend 170 after tax, after eating food, so on and so forth. So, which is, Allahumma barik, is still some good money. And or maybe close to that of 200 a week. I think that's not too bad. Now, the third job that I'm going to mention is it's a good job, construction. I wonder who knows a little bit about construction. That being said, inshallah ta'ala, now with construction, the typical rate is between £10 to £12 an hour. And there is no part-time work to it. So it's going to have to be Monday to Friday, and you're looking at 50 hours over the week. But the good thing is that, think about it like this, 50 hours times by £10 to £12 an hour, you're looking at after tax 350 take home, which is, or closer to 400, which is Allahumma barik, that is pretty good, especially with only getting that on the CSCS license. But I've made a whole video on construction, so inshallah ta'ala you can watch that video and you can see what you need and how you work, what you actually do in the job. And I'm saying Allahumma barik. So now let's go on to job number 4. Okay, khair, so now jumping on to job number 4 is working at that of a vaccination centre. We see those blue tents, especially outside that of Queen Mary University of London. A lot of people do work there, so you have to stay on top of your university emails, because sometimes they do send vacancies, and this will lead me on to the job that I'm going to mention after it. But the job also tied to that is working for 111 emergency services. Now, this is probably one of the best jobs that I'm going to mention on the list. And what this is that I believe it's called all workers or something like that, where you essentially work for 111, and the rates can be £12 standard. Then Saturday you're looking at 14, and then the Sunday you're looking at £17 an hour, which is Allahumma barik. We can only work 6 hours from right now. So again, you are within 6 hours taking over 100 a day, which is fantastic. But the training period's a little bit mad. So that's something to bear in mind. And I haven't seen a link for this one as of far, but I do know someone who works for it. Allahumma barik lahu. And this leads me on to job number 6. We're going to do a quick break here, put in some Quran, and then after that we're going to go on to... One second. God damn. Then we're going to jump on to job number 6, inshallah.
لك القرى بظلم كان ربك ليهلك القرى بظلم وأهلها مصلحون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't gonna destroy a nation while the people in it are seeking forgiveness, so seek forgiveness.
Okay, so khair, inshallah ta'ala. Now, job number 6, working as a HCA. Now, HCA is a healthcare assistant. Now, depending on where you're working and what days you're working, the rates do differ. For HCA, you're looking at potentially, wallahi, ranges, but 8 to that of £12 an hour. But on weekends and on a Sunday, you're looking at £16 to £17 an hour, which is Allahumma barik again. So you are definitely breathing, to say the least. You're breathing good money. So if you're taking home 170 a day on a 10-hour shift, Allahumma barik, of course there's also tax. Now we're going to mention, is this the last job? Aywa, inshallah ta'ala, this is the last job. Alright, so job number 7 or 6, sorry, I just don't remember. Job number 7 is one of the jobs that I do know, this is creme de la creme job, you know what I'm trying to say, like, you can see slowly the jobs I've been getting better. I didn't even mean to do it like that, so Qadarallahu wa ma sha fa'al. Alright, that being said, job number 7 or 6 is probably hands down the best job that you can get in that of university, and this is from my subjective experience, and there probably is a better job out there, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. All caveats aside, this job is working for TFL. Now TFL, they have primarily, the way that they hire is primarily internally, but there is a way that you can get in externally, and then you can apply for roles within it. Now, depending if you're doing medicine and you're not doing medicine, I'll go via the route that if you're not doing medicine, you're going to be applying for a customer service assistant for that of the night tube. So this will be Friday night time, Saturday night time, and you're looking at a collective 15 hours over the weekend. Now, the rates, this is a salary, so it's going to be 16,000 over a year. But if you deep it, 16,000 for 2 nights, that's amazing. What that work out roughly is, if my math does me well, you're looking at roughly £20 an hour, which is pretty techy, and plus you get money off that of travel. So Allahumma barik to the brother that I know who who I know who knows someone, and this is the one that I know. But I know I've seen the job vacancy, I applied. It didn't work out. قدر الله وما شاء فعل. But it is what it is. Like I applied 2 years ago and just got rejected. And, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. TFL, come back. No, but alhamdulillah, like may Allah bless the brother nonetheless who does have the job, and he was able to pay off his uni fee with it. And I'm pretty sure with 16k plus 2k worth of benefits and travel, 18k while being in uni 2 nights a week, which is doable, especially with the hours, 10 to 5 in the morning. It, of course, it's going to affect your sleep, but it is good pay, halal income, no selling alcohol at Tesco's or stuff like that. Yeah, wallah, Allahumma barik to the person who had this long day, 4 wives, easy. You know what I'm saying? Khair, inshallah ta'ala. I hope that wasn't too dead. This is like a very, that is door. That is. So guys, if you haven't prayed, pray. Like if you guys have benefited from this video, inshallah ta'ala, and I hope this has opened your eyes. There are a lot of brothers in university that don't really like to mention it, but they are paying off their uni. Allahumma barik, man. Some of these guys are just warriors. There's guys that I know, one guy that I know that's spoken to me personally, on a want, he's intercalating in his fourth year. So he's done 4 years and then he's intercalating, and he paid it all off, Allahumma barik. He was working like a machine. And then there's many other brothers that I spoke to just literally this week on a low key, they're paying it off and no one knows, you know what I'm saying? So these guys are inspirations, to say the least. Allahumma barik, man. They're just different, man. And you know what I'm saying? May Allah make me like them in this aspect. Allahumma barik. Because who a'lamu biman ittaqa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows whoever's like that generally. And that being said, I hope that sort of helped you out, and hopefully these real life examples are not ones that people just mention and it's not possible to get. Of course, check Indeed, check friends. Best way to get in is via friends who will tell you when they're applying. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you 4 wives. You know, sometimes I made that joke. It's just, in reality, just one wife on Salafiyah who's a spice. You know what I'm saying? And that's job done. But again, Allahumma barik lahu to the brothers who do have these jobs, and may Allah bless them abundantly. And with that being said, inshallah ta'ala, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah.